Hello, it's me, Emmy the Cat Lady, and we're back with another Science of Fallout video. In the Far Harbour Bestiary series, we are talking about the fog crawlers today. So, fog crawlers are a large mutated crustacean believed to be a result of the radioactive fog changing the local shrimp population. Yep, that's right. The main ingredient in a prawn cocktail turned into this beast. The most likely candidate for these guys is Pandalus borealis, which is known as the northern prawn or the main shrimp. They are a saltwater species that are found along the northeastern coast of North America, in the North Sea, around Greenland, Iceland, Svalbard, and Norway. The species that's found in the North Pacific around Japan and Korea is considered a separate but related species. So these shrimp can live up to 8 years and can reach over 1 foot in length, with the females tending to be larger than the males. They are hermaphroditic species, which specifically protandrous hermaphrodites. I'll put the text on screen, it's really hard to pronounce that. But what that means is that they are born one sex and then change to the other sex later in life. So they're born male and they become female after 2.5 years, with their testes changing to become ovaries. This is something that's not unusual among invertebrates and fish and other species as well, where they can change their sexual characteristics in this way. It happens in clownfish as well. So, as a species, these are obviously very important for humans as they've been widely fished and they're a common food item. There are some concerns about depleted numbers of these shrimp, and climate change definitely is having an impact on their numbers because the surface temperatures of the water is increasing. They do have some other important functions as well as food. So there's an enzyme called shrimp alkaline phosphatase, or abbreviated as SAP, which is used in molecular biology. And the carapace of these shrimp is a source of chitosan, which is used in horticulture as a pesticide and growth enhancer. Chitosan is also used to filter wine, beer, and mead. It's used in wound dressings as it can improve healing and control bleeding. It has functions in biodegradable food packaging and bioprinting, and it's even being investigated for use in rechargeable batteries that have a lower environmental impact. So quite an important thing, and a lot of useful kind of products that come from this species. So in the game, unsurprisingly, they've grown to be much, much larger, which we, at this point in the science series, you should know that basically one of the biggest effects radiation has is it makes everything bigger. And they do tend to stay in the denser fog on the island, so the name fog crawler is because they tend to stay in the fog and they like being in the thick fog. It allows them to sneak up on you a little bit better. So unlike a lot of the other kind of enemies of this size, the fog crawlers don't actually have a ranged attack, but they're fast and they're agile, so they can get close to you very quickly, and they will use their serrated arms and their head, as well as using a slam attack, which has kind of an area of effect and does massive damage. But you can hear them coming. They do make a noise, so you know when they're around, but they do have a lot of armour and very high damage resistance because of their strong carapaces. But like you can do with death claws, the crippling the legs can be a useful strategy to help fight them, as well as using armour piercing weapons or legendary weapons that have got the penetrating effect. And like all the enemies in Fallout 4, we do see more dangerous variants coming in at higher levels. So the Enraged Fog Crawler being the most dangerous, with a damage resistance of 4,000. So be careful out there in the fog. These things are not to be taken lightly. And you might know, if you've gone through Far Harbour, you probably have come across this, that there is a unique fog crawler which Old Longfellow has been tracking for most of his life to get revenge for the deaths and the damage that this fog crawler has caused. She has somehow mutated that she gives off a radio signal that causes interference but allows you to use your Pip-Boy radio to track the location. She's a unique enraged fog crawler, so she's got the 4000 damage resistance, and the minimum her HP can be is 2200. But if you do kill her, Old Longfellow will give you a reward with a unique harpoon gun, so the hunt is maybe worth your while. So Shipbreaker it's a quest, it's a side quest that you can do with Old Longfellow or while you're on the island to track her down. But be aware, she's very dangerous, and she's got a bit of a unique look, that she's got some netting and some seaweed stuck to her, lots of barnacles, things like that. But if you do manage to kill it, then Old Longfellow will be really happy about that situation, so you do get a reward from him for doing that.
We heading out?
I hear that you've been trying for years to track down an ancient fog crawler.
That's right. Shipbreaker, I call her. A wily old beast. I've put all the harbormen on the lookout for her.
Why is tracking down this fog crawler so important to you?
She's not like any ordinary beast. She's vicious, and kills for no good reason. Don't know if it's the fog that did it, or just something twisted in her nature. But she ain't like anything I've faced before. By now, it's personal. She's hurt a lot of people on this island. I intend to be there when she finally goes down.
No need to worry about Shipbreaker anymore. She's dead.
About damn time that monster met her end. Funny thing is, happy as I am that she's gone, I think I'm gonna miss her in a way. Walking in the fog will be a bit less interesting now, that I don't have to wonder if she might be lurking behind the next rock. Kept me on my toes, she did. For that, I'm grateful, in spite of the sorrow she visited on the island. Here, you may as well have my trusty old harpoon gun. I was saving it for delivering the killing blow to Shipbreaker, but now you should have it.
So they're quite a sight, the fog crawlers, and they can be challenging even for an experienced player. And it's one of my favourite things about Far Harbour is the new enemy types and designs. It really makes you feel like you've travelled far away from the main location, from the Commonwealth, and that you do see differences in different parts of the United States, that you've got different wildlife, you've got different mutations, you've got different creatures that you need to worry about, which makes sense because the United States, being such a large country, does span different kind of climates, so there is a lot of diversity in the kind of wildlife depending on what state you're in and whereabouts you are in the continental US. But if you do manage to take one of these things down and you've got a bit of oil in your inventory, you can make yourself some fried fog crawler, which gives you extra damage resistance in fog or rain, which is weather types that are obviously plentiful in Far Harbour. So kind of a unique property for food, I would say, and kind of an interesting one. So what do you think about the fog crawlers? Have you managed to take down Shipbreaker? Have they taken you by surprise in the fog? I do think they're a really interesting enemy, and I like the story of Shipbreaker that Old Longfellow's been pursuing all his life. So let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. See you all soon. Bye.